Hey Boyd.
Hey Boyd.
Hi Boyd.
Hi Boyd.
Hey Boyd.
Hi Boyd.
Hey Boyd.
Hi Boyd. Hi Boyd.
Hey Boyd.
Hi Boyd.
Hey Boyd.
Hey Boyd.
Hi Boyd.
Hey Boyd.
Hi Boyd.
I remember the first time I ever talked to you. I was in grade 9. I hadn't really thought about playing rugby at that point. I knew the school had a team, obviously. I knew the girls were good, but it was never something that I had really considered. I'd never really been very athletic. Sports weren't my thing. But you came up to me and you just said, like, "Hi, I'm Coach Boyd. I'm just here to tell you that you're playing rugby in the spring." And you didn't really give me much of a choice, and I was terrified.
I think the first time I met Boyd was in gym class. She came to like scout us out.
Oh yeah, I
And
remember that.
I don't even know if I even talked to her. I just like
I don't
remember
think
like
so.
looking at her and she had like Ashbury rugby and she was like glasses and the dark hair and it was like,
Yeah.
hi.
There was never a doubt in my mind that I wouldn't play rugby. I mean, I had always played soccer, but I needed something new. And I heard that you're an unbelievable coach. And you amazed me from the moment I started.
I'm not really sure if you know the extent of how you've affected my life. I mean, if you go back to grade 9, you met me and I was basically a mute. I didn't really talk for, I would say, probably a year and a half. I would have left the school probably if it hadn't been for rugby. I remember seeing you for the first time. I was in gym class. I'd heard all about you from Gom, basically. She had been like, you have to play rugby. I don't think I said anything back, obviously.
First time I had seen you was when I was in grade 8, watching Kat play a game at Ashbury, and you terrified me, and I swore that I would never join the rugby team.
I remember the first time I met you. I was playing boys football in grade 9. We were standing on the stoop by the junior school, and I was walking in from practice, and you're like, "You're the girl that plays football, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "You're gonna play rugby, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she just like walked back into the junior school, and from then I was like, "Okay, like, I'm gonna do it now."
You, I guess, found out who I was, and there wasn't really a question as to whether or not I was playing.
Just wanted to share one of these player goal assessment forms from when I was in grade 10. It says, "Why have you decided to play rugby this year?" And I responded, "Because I was stupid and I didn't try out last year."
I think it was probably the best decision I made.
One of the many, many great Ashbury rugby memories that I have was my first time actually playing rugby was the 2006 Trent tournament, and you put me at the 6th position. And I hadn't played that before or any other position before, so I was kind of just going with the flow. And you said, "You know what, Malou, what I want you to do is if the ball comes on your side, you're going to be the first person out of the scrum, and I want you to hit the person with the ball." So that's what I did, and you had so much confidence in me that game, and you had really so much confidence in me throughout really my entire time playing for you. And at the end of that game, we won, and you were kind enough to give me the Trent Tournament Player of the Match t-shirt. And right then and there, really, I was sold. I was sold on Ashbury Rugby program.
My first number. I keep it in my filing folder and it goes with me wherever I move. The funny thing about that is that when I got that in grade 12, the night before offside, I took the time to write out all the words of Dream Big on the back of the number. And then I sewed it on and I never told anyone. And that year we ended up winning gold, and it was just such an amazing year and such a great way to end my career with Ashbury.
My fondest memory of Ashbury Rugby is probably winning the semi-final, a very close semi-final against
Barrie Central when I was in grade 12, and it went to kicks and we won, and I couldn't believe that we won because it meant that we were playing for gold the next day. And I was in grade 12 and I was the captain, and I knew that like win or lose, like it was over after that. And I got off the bus when we got back to the hotel, and I just sat on the bench and talked to Boyd and explained to her that I was just sad that that chapter, that very fond chapter of my life, was coming to a close.
I don't think that I could pick a favorite part of my Ashbury rugby experience because every moment of it was just amazing.
Probably my most vivid memory was my first game in Trent. We had only been doing dome sessions, so I had no idea what to do. And you said, Alvidge, follow Maloof. I was like, okay, that's what I'll do. And then they decided to call my name in the line out. I was J2. I had jumped probably twice in my life. And they lifted me, I caught it. And probably one of the greatest feelings that I had had in my life up to date was catching that ball in the air. Loved it from that day forward. And I also remember my first hit and coming off, and you were like, well, you're a rugby player now. And that was also one of the greatest feelings I had ever gotten.
Grade 10, you asked me what my first name was. Ethan Batson was your first name?
I remember when you first called me Mexico, I was so excited to have a nickname. Miss Street said if you get a nickname, it just means you're on the good side. So that's all that mattered.
My favorite year was probably when I was in grade 12. Also that year I think was my favorite. Just the best part was driving with you in the bus. I was shotgun every morning, and we would play music and just like get revved up for the games and get ready. But the best part, I think, of those bus rides was coming home after we'd beaten Barrie Central for the first time in a long time. And I just remember us going crazy, and we stayed at the field that day for like half an hour after the game, just like living in the memory and living in the moment of what we had just done, because we knew it was a huge accomplishment.
The moment you created my nickname Asai, when you asked me to come to OFSA in grade 9, being at OFSA in grade 9, right through to my very last minutes, I don't regret a single moment.
It's definitely tough to sum up what kind of impact playing rugby for you has had on me, but I think that the most precious, or one of the most precious things of it all, was that you just made us feel so damn alive.
I will never forget those 2 years, and if it hadn't been for you, I would have left after the first year. You were the one who said, no, you can't go, you have to stay.
Well, I had to come to Ashbury because you were the reasons my sister stayed for another year. So I had to come and I had to try rugby, and I loved it.
One thing that you said that I found really powerful was when I was in grade 11 and we were practicing, and it was coming close to OFSA, so obviously the tension's high, everyone wants to be picked. And I remember one of these practices, we were tired or something, we weren't putting in the effort that we should have been putting in, and you were yelling at us and you said, I'm not yelling at you because I hate you, I'm yelling at you because I adore you. It was then that I kind of realized, maybe a bit late, but how much the program really meant to you, and it didn't matter what year it was or what grade 12s you had at the current time. I knew that it always had and always will mean something a great deal to you.
From the heartbreaking games to the practices in the rain, to that stupid GG run, all of it just gave us such a sense of who we are, and at least who we could be.
When Boyd gets emotional, I get emotional.
Yeah.
Because she's just like so passionate. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you care about something like with everyone else, and you all care about one thing, and it's something.
Brings you together.
Yeah.
Like a family.
And it brought like our friends closer together than we did before.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's so hard to describe the impact because it's literally altered my entire life.
You built up a team of such confident, inspired, and driven women, and I'm so thankful to have had you in my life. I'm so thankful to say that I've become one of those women, largely due to your coaching, your friendship, and just your guidance.
You continued to push me out of my comfort zone and push me to do more than I knew I was capable of doing. That, I think, is the most amazing thing about the team and about you coaching the team. You see more in the girls than they would ever see in themselves.
Every time we had a hard moment or something to celebrate, like, you were there. And I think for us that was really one of the most important things.
I didn't want to disappoint you, and that's because honestly I could tell right from the get-go that you were someone I wanted to be like, and I think I was really fortunate that you saw potential in me that I didn't see in myself, and you saw an opportunity to make something of rugby in my life, which I never would have saw.
It's just, I owe so much to you and your guidance and your motivation and your determination through developing such strong women, not only on the field but off as well. You've made such an impact in so many girls' lives, especially mine, and I owe so much to you, and I really, really, truly appreciate you.
You've always seen the potential in me, and you've pushed me to always be the best I can be, and through that I've become a better player and definitely a better person. And I thought it would be important to let you know that I know you always tell us to play for ourselves and to play for those who came before us. But I do think that deep down, everyone does play for you.
You and rugby and all the girls have made up some of the best moments of my life.
Nobody on this planet has or will ever inspire me to work as hard as you did.
We were so much more than a team out there. We were family.
The thing I want to thank you most for is showing me that I could actually be something. You instilled in me the thought that I could actually be something special, maybe. I had never thought of myself as anything. I thought I was average, maybe even less than average most of the time. But I think rugby gave me that drive, gave me something to strive for, made me believe in myself. And if it hadn't been for you, none of that would happen, and I carry that with me. I thank you very much for that.
I don't think that I will ever really be able to play for any other coach like I've been able to play for you. I don't think it'll ever be the same because no other coach cares so much about each and every member, and no other coach sees the potential in anyone else, and I just want to thank you for that.
Thank you for everything you've done for us and for everyone who's ever played Ashbury rugby.
Everyone before us.
Everyone who comes after us.
Who will come after us.
Yeah. You make this program special and you make it what it is.
Yeah.
You created these bonds and these friendships with everyone on the team that will really last forever. It's definitely a lifetime of memories playing for you.
So I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you did for me. I honestly don't think that I would be doing the things that I am today if you hadn't instilled that confidence in myself that I didn't even realize I needed and was missing. And just that desire to push harder and do more and know that I can do more than I could ever possibly imagine. And that started with you.
Everyone looked up to you, and I just wanted to make sure you know that. Everyone respects you so much, and we're all so thankful for what you've instilled in us.
Yeah, just girls are lucky to have you in their lives, and I think that I'm thankful for that.
Thank you, Boyd, for everything you've done for me and everything you've done for the Ashbury Rugby program.
Thanks, Boyd.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Boyd.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.